It all started in the 1940s. After the shock and horror of the war and the use of the atomic bomb, nuclear energy promised to be a peaceful spin-off of the new technology, helping the world get back on its feet. Everyone's imagination was running wild. Would electricity become free? Could nuclear power help settle the Antarctic? Would there be nuclear-powered cars, planes, or houses? It seemed that this was just a few years of hard work away. One thing was certain: the future was atomic. Just a few years later, there was a sort of atomic age hangover. As it turned out, nuclear power was very complicated and very expensive. Turning physics into engineering was easy on paper, but hard in real life. Also, private companies thought that nuclear power was much too risky as an investment. Most of them would much rather stick with gas, coal and oil. But there were many people who didn't just want to abandon the promise of the atomic age, an exciting new technology, the prospect of enormously cheap electricity, the prospect of being independent.
Nuclear energy is quite renewable and healthy to the environment, but not so healthy to us. Though healthy and clean to the environment, it will affect us badly in radiation sickness or general sickness if we are located near the vicinity. Radiation sickness is an illness resulting from exposure of ionized radiation particles such as alpha, beta, and gamma, and is most common in nuclear testing factories or bombs. Nowadays, places like Hiroshima are now quarantined in the impact zone, so if you go there, you will be exposed to radiation sickness, and you most commonly will get sick or die. Nuclear testing is defined as a nuclear explosion purpose for military or peaceful purposes.
Protests in Britain didn't begin until the late 50s and early 60s. Well-known protests during this time included the Aldermaston marches, which took place on Easter weekend in London. The marches covered a distance of 83 kilometres and attracted tens of thousands of people. The people marched from Trafalgar Square to the atomic weapons establishment in Aldermaston, campaigning for nuclear disarmament. This protest was the largest women's peace protest of the 20th century, and due to its size, it was able to help push the US and the Soviet Union into signing a nuclear test ban treaty 2 years later. August 1955 saw the very first meeting of World Conference Against Atomic and Hydrogen Bombs. There were over 3,000 participants at the conference, many being from Japan. Australia played its part in the protest, with peace marches taking place across many capital cities. The marches included posters such as the famous Ban the Bomb placard, which is still used today. There were many anti-nuclear protests in and around the 60s. The first major protest being in 1946, which was in response to Operation Crossroads. Overall, the protests were very successful in both pushing for nuclear testing to stop and in raising awareness on its effects and dangers. People saw the use of nuclear technology very dangerous and risky, and did not want to see repeats of the nuclear disasters such as the Kustrin disaster in Russia. This is why over time the protests got larger. Operation Crossroads were nuclear weapon tests conducted at Bikini Atoll. It was the first detonation of nuclear devices since the atomic bombing of Nagasaki on August 9th. Protests were taking place by scientists and diplomats who argued that the testing was unnecessary and environmentally dangerous. During the height of the Cold War in 1961, 50,000 women were brought together by the Women's Strike for Peace, marched in 60 different cities of the United States to demonstrate against the use of nuclear weapons.